Hey everybody, Coach Hunter here, welcome. It is Monday, one of my favorite days of the week as we all know. And I'm down here at a beautiful area of Bumpo that I did not know about. It's got like mowed grass, really nice beautiful grass, and the river looking over. It's pretty bright right now, as you can probably tell. And the sound of the cicadas is pretty massive, but it's a nice backdrop for what we're about to talk about. So today guys, what I want to do is fill you on a little story and a bit of a journey I've gone through over the years, especially my journey here in Korea. I mean, I get asked this question about how did I get in the fitness industry, or what are you doing here, all these things many times. So I thought I would share it in a video with you all, and maybe you'd learn something out of it, or maybe you'll be interested in it. So here goes. So today is all about that time I opened my first business. So I came here in 2005 to Korea, which is a long time ago now. And roughly, you spend a lot of time here as an English teacher, where some of my viewers here will understand, where it feels like it's not quite home yet. You're not sure what to do with your life. You're sort of in the middle here. You're teaching English, thinking about the future, spending a lot of time here, and you're not sure when to take the next step. So for me, I lived here as an English teacher for years, and got to a point where I was an English professor. At that stage, I had a lot of free time. It's a pretty good job, trust me. You get a lot of free time. You don't work that much during the day, and a lot of vacation comes your way. So during that time, I thought, man, is this my home? Is this what I'm going to stay here for a while, right? So obviously getting married made that, kind of sealed the deal there, which meant it was time to grow up a little bit and think about my future here and do something that I love to do. I'm not an English teacher by heart. Obviously teaching and coaching crosses over, but I really wanted to get back into the sports side of things. So this is how it all began. At around 2008 or 2009, I started talking to people about personal training. Would anyone like to train with me? I can coach you, I can get you back in shape. I slowly worked on that a little bit, got a few people on board. And then I thought that outdoor training didn't exist here, and also that boot camp / rugby style of training was really, again, non-existent. So what I started doing was I went to a local neighborhood gym here, and I started recruiting people, obviously speaking the language. So I went to the foreigners. I hope some of you are watching right now, you know who I'm talking about. And I went up and said, look, I'm going to coach you for free at 6 a.m. in the cardio room next door, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll be here for you guys to coach you guys. So what I started doing was building this boot camp programming focused around high intensive interval training, and really just seeing if people wanted it and if it would work. After doing that for a little while, of course I didn't ask the gym for permission, because that's a bad idea. That would mean they would shut me down basically. So I just kept on doing it. I wasn't being paid. It was purely learning, developing, and trying to get this business up and underway. During that period, that gym shut down. So that meant I had to get everyone outside. So we went up to our local mountain up there, which I can look at from here. And I started training people in the mountains, called Namsan Boot Camp. That was really cool, and people started to really enjoy it. So the testing was done, in my opinion. I started programming officially and inviting people to join my Namsan Boot Camp. At that stage, the fee was $5 per workout. So I would walk around with my Ziploc bag and go to every person, and I'd put their $5 into the plastic bag, and I'd zip it up, and I'd put it in my back pocket, and I would coach them. Guys, there's something quite awesome about doing that. Now, especially if you've worked in a gym before, so all my coaches out there, or people who are intending to be coaches or whatever, seeing the money come directly from your customer or from your athlete is extremely powerful. Now, most of you that work in gyms get paid by the company, right? They pay you to your bank account. Now, just remember, that's not them paying you. They're just the middleman between your clients and your members, and you're receiving the money through them after they've paid their taxes and done whatever they need to do. So guys, don't think that you distance yourself, because I've seen it a lot where people get tired, lethargic, they're over it, they hate their company. So they take it out on the classes because they think that the company is reflected through those athletes, right? So don't go there. Remember that those people have paid good money for your service. So coaches, give them the value they deserve and what they've paid for. Again, your issue with your gym has nothing to do with them, okay? That's you and them is a different story. So I really want to make sure you have that clear. So that power of seeing and receiving money direct from your athletes is so good, and I highly encourage you to sort of revisit that and make sure that you have that in your mind when you coach people. You know, when you go lean against the wall and have a little rest, or you decide to not give any value to an athlete or two, you don't even talk to them for that workout because you're sick of your job. Hey, I know we all get tired, we all get exhausted, but just remember they're there for you and because they want to be coached by you. So give them the best you've got. So after that, I did that for a little while and I was like, look, this is awesome. I went to my wife and said, Jihi, let's open a gym. And she said, Cody, you are crazy. We don't have the money to do that right now. We don't have any real connections. What are we going to do? How are we going to do this? I remember very, very clearly saying, don't worry about the how right now. I just want you to worry about the what. I'll also take care of the why. So we had our vision set up. It was, we're going to do this and we need to make sure that we put the energy out there so we can make this happen. The what was very important. The how was not even in my head right now. I didn't want to bring in those details. I didn't want to really think about all the reasons why we couldn't do this. I just wanted to think about what I want to do and why I want to do it and then just go for it. So at that time we started voicing around, talking to people, trying to understand things. And you know, our focus was very, very clear. People could see that. So some really good friends of ours came forward and decided to be involved in this business with us. Okay, which was, again, if I didn't mention it earlier, was opening a gym. And that gym at that stage was really a PT studio. So we'll get into that a little bit more later. So people came aboard and said, look, we want to be involved. Let's do this. So we worked out all the details. My wife at the time was in real estate, so she looked for a space and we found this small little office space. So you guys that are not in Korea, you'd understand this is bigger, probably as big as some of your living rooms, I'd imagine. The rent was pretty good and we had to revamp it and turn it into a personal training studio. Whew. At that point, that meant buying equipment that we probably wouldn't have needed, but because it was a personal training studio, we did that. The schedules at that stage were very simple. Boot camp at night, boot camp in the morning, and personal training during the day. Let's just say very quickly, personal training didn't really grow, but boot camps went boom, off the hook. So the group, the size of that gym probably should have catered to something around like 8 members. We had to squeeze in capacity 14 people for every class by the end of this, all right? So that was massive. We're doing jump jacks and we had to stagger so your fingertips wouldn't hit each other. You'd hit each other with sweat when you're moving around. Kettlebells were flying. This was mad. And all those people out there that are watching this that were part of my membership, they would remember this, and everyone just dealt with it and did it. And you know how many complaints I had during that time when we opened this business about space and overflowing and people? Zero. It was a very unique time and it really so dear to my heart how awesome that time was. So we opened that gym and the capacity for that gym, you know, we started at 5:30 in the morning and there were like 8 classes a day that would finish around 8 p.m. At capacity, there were 96 people could work out in a single day. We had a membership base of 100 members by the end of this, which meant that 4 people missed out. Now this isn't like a regular gym where people don't come. Everyone booked in advance and there was a waiting list for every time slot. So there were some days where we'd have our full 96 people that booked in would show up. 4 people missed out. How crazy is that? The dedication, the energy, the intensity, the commitment of those 100 members, I don't know if that can be matched very often. That was on another level. And again, so proud of that group and so proud of the coaches we had and everyone was that, and you know, that was involved in that time. And you know, that flew on to another whole story and more businesses, but I just really want to focus on this first business for now. Because again, I had no experience. All I knew is what I wanted. I had a vision of what I wanted, and I didn't want to listen to any of the details and any of the excuses as to why I couldn't achieve those things. I didn't want to hear that you're a foreigner here and this is no market for this and people don't work out in groups and you can't afford it and they can't afford the memberships, all these things. It didn't even come into my head. It was just purely go, go, go. So it was all about that number one priority, decide. I decided what we were going to do and we had to make it happen no matter what. We committed to that decision, which meant take actions, commit to it, sell memberships, get money going, get sales going, get people sold in there, and then succeed was the whole idea, which from my opinion on that business, it was a very, very successful business on many levels. you know, whether it was from revenue and from you know, making sales. But from my real measurement on success of that gym was, again, how committed people were, how fast it grew. That gym wasn't open for very long, but it just had a die-hard following, and also just the overall confidence that gave me to keep continuing into this business. So I suppose one of the main sort of takeaways from this is that whole, I'm a firm believer on deciding what to do and then jumping. Not waiting to the perfect times on everything, which is that whole analysis paralysis. You know, it's not the right time. We don't have this right. People aren't ready for that. I'm tired. I'm out of shape myself. I've got to get ready. You know what? I don't want to listen to that sort of stuff. You know, I think it's more of decide what you're going to do and burn those boats. If you haven't heard what that means before, you know, you need to check it out. Basically, make the decision and then jump. Quit your job. You know, make the decision, invest the money, put the risk in there, and just make it work. It's really amazing what you can achieve when you know that you can't fail. If you're too comfortable in trying these things on the side and little side grinds, you're a little bit comfortable, you know what, you may succeed and you may do all right. But 9 times out of 10, it's really easy just to quit on that, right? Again, we talked the other week about the dip. When that dip comes, you've got security, you've got a job, you've got everything sitting there. So if the dip comes and it gets hard, you're like, I think I'm gonna stop now. I'm just gonna quit now. I've had enough. All right, guys, so have a think about that. And if there's something you really wanna try, perhaps you're really sick of your job right now, or you've been sick of it for years, and really your passion is in something else, have a little think about what you really wanna do. Decide. Analyze, do some SWOT analysis, you know, make sure you know it's the right decision, and then commit to it and just go for it. You know, I like to put a little stage in there. You know, during the decide stage, I really like the dream stage. You know, start thinking about all those awesome things that you want to get into that you're passionate about, and also put your mind in the future of that. What does that perfect day look like? Visualize it right down to your house, the coffee you're drinking. Is it sunny? The birds in the background? All those things will really help you put your mind in that future sense and work towards that beautiful thing that you're after. It's extremely powerful. And if you want to get into some more details on what that sort of means, like, email me with a question and I'll send you through a bit of a script, or I'll jump on a call with you and I can fill you in on how to really get that. And let me tell you, you'll get some goosebumps and you'll feel so freaking ecstatic. And if it's just really some beautiful exercises that you can do anywhere at any time to put you in the state. Okay? So team, I'm gonna finish up there. I don't even know how long I've been talking for, because again, you can get lost when you start talking about the stuff that you're passionate about. And today, this has been one of those really awesome topics. Anyone along my fitness journey from the Studio X Fitness days, I thank you so much. I thank everyone so much. Bernie and Lenny, you were awesome. Thank you so much. All my beautiful members that were there that whole time. You know, Brett and Jacob and my coaches who all took part in it. Thank you all so much. You're all part of the journey. And that is a legendary chapter of my life that I will never ever forget. Okay guys, my first business, a first awesome business that made me super happy and helped me start up what I'm doing right now. So guys, again, thank you all for your support. Please share this video or like it or comment, or even personally message me with questions or comments, because I want to, you know, give you guys as much value as possible. So if there's anything you want to hear about or talk about, please let me know. I'm always happy to help and always there for you guys. So again, have an awesome day. Remember, think about that thing you want to try and jump. Just jump. Don't worry about the parachute. You'll find a way to land safely. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Cody out.